I am fucking tired of seeing all of these stupid tier lists that content creators are releasing that are just completely inaccurate. Earlier today, I just saw Necros's tier list and it's just like, bro, it is completely fucking wrong. Okay, let me show you. Let me show you how the shit should actually look and how it should be. Okay. And if you're wondering about my credibility in these rankings, I am a GM3 67% win rate Psylocke, man. Okay. I don't play comp anymore because I wanted to keep my rank before season end, but I'll grind next season. But that's why I feel like I'm capable of this list, because I have a high win rate and I've played the game and I feel like I'm pretty decent at it. So that's why I'm calling out every other content creator who's done a list and just telling them they're straight up wrong. It's just wrong. It's just wrong. Okay. And I'm not afraid to say that. We'll start with Adam Warlock. I think... No. We won't start with Adam Warlock. We're going to make this shit real. Jeff the Shark. Okay? Jeff the Shark. This is going here. You're going to jail if you even think about this little fucker. Okay? You might not get it. You're like, oh my God, Jeff is so cute. No, bro. You are not about to commit heinous crimes against a land shark, man. That's weird. It doesn't make sense. You should not do that. You are going to jail if you do anything to this shark. Okay? But, you know, on the side of animals, there's a different side of animals, though. Squirrel Girl, because we do not go in order here. Oh! It's got to be an S tier. There's no way it's anything else. To those of you who know and who mod the game, there are some crazy mods, man. There's a crazy mod for Squirrel Girl specifically. She might be the top of S tier. 100%. Your mom agrees, your dad agrees, my brother agrees, your sister agrees, your dog agrees, your cat agrees. Everybody agrees. Squirrel Girl is 100% an S tier character for when you're doing the deed. Now, there's a philosophical debate in question if this will make you a furry, but at the end of the day, you're on the internet or you're getting what you get. I do not care if I become a furry for railing the squirrel. I will rail the shit out of the squirrel, as a matter of fact. I am adamant on this topic. Very adamant. Squirrel Girl, easy S tier. There's no way she should be anything below that. If she is anything below that, I think that's just wrong. You are doing an injustice to what has been created for your eyes to feast upon and what your eyes have been made to indulge, okay? Let's get on to the next one. Rocket the Raccoon. Where the fuck is he? Rocket. Hell no! Guys, furries, yeah, you could fuck Squirrel Girl and stuff like that, and then that's cool, in my opinion. But Rocket, though, dude, that's a raccoon. That's a literal raccoon. I think you're a zoophile if you commit that. You should not do that. That's not good. Like, please don't do that. That's really, 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 really weird, man. Okay? Don't screw the animals. Please. Okay? Alright, good. Adam Warlock. I mean, yeah, he looks aight. He looks okay, you know? Like, I mean, yeah, he's cool, I guess. Actually, no. Maybe a B tier. Because when you think about his attack and how it's like a burst damage, if you think about that, bro, the amount of pleasure that you might be able to receive off of that has to be like just out there. Has to be far out and wicked. You know what I'm saying? Adam Warlock, easy B tier. Think about it, okay? And he has a res ability. If you run out of stamina, bro, he could get you right back into the fight. You know what I'm saying? Adam Warlock goes hard. Adam Warlock goes hard, but I don't think he goes hard enough. Actually, no. A tier. Adam Warlock is an easy A tier. I've taken everything back and kind of gone into my reconsiderations. Adam Warlock has to be an A tier. Okay? Think about it. You got the res, you got the burst, you know? That burst has a lot of power to it. And you take that power seriously. And then after you take that power in, bro, he could just res you. And then that's a good time, man. That's a good time. Panther, easy S tier. Guys, Panther is packing under there. Let's be real, okay? You don't get it twisted. Panther is packing. Panther is packing, okay? We all know he's packing. We cannot say anything differently than that. If we say anything differently, I think that's just straight up inaccurate. He's packing. He's massive, you could even call it. And he's got plenty of toys in his kit as well. If you're into, like, you know, getting scratched and stuff, he's got like really sharp claws. If you like pole dancing, he's got poles, straight up spears that you could use as poles. If you want a spear up your butt, that's also an option. Panther, I feel like he just has so much variety to him if you think of it properly. So for that reason, I gotta say Black Panther, easy S tier, okay? Below Squirrel Girl though, and keep in mind, this is just my takes on it. The reason I'm saying below Squirrel Girl is because I'm not straight, but I'm definitely like more, you know, into boobs, because boobs are cool, man. Okay, but it's just for that reason I have Black Panther a little bit lower than Squirrel Girl. Okay. And obviously in the jail tier, when you look at this, guys, it doesn't matter what order they're in. Either way, you are going to fucking jail, okay? Don't get it twisted and don't be an idiot. Stay in school. Don't fuck the animals, okay? Next is actually a controversial pick. A very, very controversial pick because, you know, most people would say that Black Widow is an S tier immediately. And to that, I'd say it's an S. It's an S, and it's above Black Panther, if I could actually put it there. It's an S. It's an S. It's an S. Yeah, I had you guys going there. I had you going. You thought Black Widow wouldn't be an S? Dude, the third person in that game that lets you see what you can see. Holy fucking shit. Holy shit. Oh my god. Okay. And if you download that Rivals mod, oh my fucking god, bro. Oh my god. You do not understand. And you also have to think about the way she uses her legs. She has an ability in the game where you could literally kick people away. But that gives you another angle to even look at the character. When she's spinning, her legs create a 45-degree angle, okay? Or not a 45-degree angle, almost a 90-degree angle when she's doing that, when she's doing her little spinny kick. If you think about it, now you get to see her entire leg. Not a lot of characters have access to something like that. You can see her entire leg and admire them for what they are. If you're into thighs, if you're into calves, if you're into feet, Black Widow is the character for you. And for that reason, she is in my S tier. Next, Bruce motherfucking Banner. Now, I'm going to give this like two different categories, kind of, you know? Because obviously, you have Bruce as his little scrawny self. I'm going to be honest. You know, some people would put Bruce in D tier as a scrawny self, but for me, I'm putting Bruce in B. Who doesn't like the nerdy smart guy, man? Like, don't get it twisted. It's like he's the type of guy you could dominate a little bit and be all like, oh my god, you know? But not only is he like kind of submissive in the way that he's like a nerd, it's just cute. It's cute. He's a little bit nerdy. He might not know what to do in a situation, But the thing about Bruce motherfucking Banner, he can take charge. He can take charge. You know what I'm saying? This guy goes Hulk mode and starts going into his fit of rage. Holy shit. And I'm pretty sure he's bigger than Black Panther. For these reasons alone, I'm going to put Bruce Banner, both of them, as like a whole into the S tier. If it was just small Bruce as himself, I'd give him a solid B, man. I'd give him a solid B. Ain't nothing matter too much about that. Now, Captain America, where would Captain go in this tier list, you might ask? Steve Rogers, man. What a fucking buff guy. Like, you might be thinking to yourself, there's no way he doesn't go in anything less than S tier. And to that, I'd say, for the amount of variety he provides, and considering that I only put Adam in A tier, I might only put Rogers above Adam here. And here's the reason. Like, yeah, he's super buff. He's super duper good looking. Like, under that mask and all that, you know, that's an absolute giga chad. But what else is he providing, man? What else is he providing? There's not much else. I remember watching like the first Captain America where he was like frozen and all that. Bro, he comes back to life and then is like, he doesn't really have anything anymore. Like, I forgot if he gets in a relationship again or anything like that. I might be completely skewing the Marvel lore, but I don't know, man. It's just like he comes back and then it's like old wife was not even like a wife anymore. Old girlfriend is just completely forgotten. Like, she's dead. She's dead. She's dead. And then he comes back and he hasn't developed any new skills. Like, yeah, he's a superhuman soldier, but it's just like, what does that provide besides just a physical thing? And for that reason, he's not even going in A tier. I'm putting Steve Rogers in B tier. And for those reasons alone. The only thing about Mr. Rogers here I could really think about that would end him up higher is the amount of stamina he has in comparison to other people on this list. But for all these reasons I just stated, I can't really put him any higher than B. And I think that's reasonable. If you don't agree, you could make your own list. But this is my list, my choice, my decisions, okay? Don't get it twisted. Next, Cloak and Dagger. This kind of depends on who you are. If you're bi, if you're okay with going like 2-on-1, you know? I don't know how these two specifically work, but it's like, you know, they're kind of together. For Cloak and Dagger, I'm going to give it an A tier. Actually, I'm going to give it an S tier. And I'll give that S tier just below Black Panther. Like very slightly below Panther. Okay? And here's the reason. Yes, Cloak is a... Wait, actually... Wait. No. This might go... This is above Black Widow. Because I just thought about it. Cloak or Dagger or whichever one is the one wearing the cloak. I'm pretty sure that's Cloak. That guy has to be packing a schlongel, man. A straight up schlongel. There is no way that there's not something absolutely packed under there to get a baddie like Dagger on his side. You know? He's got to be packing something. But it's like, I got to put her lower then. Because it's like, if you're not packing the way she is, and surely this isn't... I mean, the way he is, and surely this isn't protection, then she's just going to prefer... She's just going to prefer Cloak, man. Like, they've been together forever. You'll never be able to replace Cloak in a situation like that. And it's just... It just sucks. Like, yeah, it'd still be good, and you'd still have fun, but at the end of the day, who is Dagger really going to return to? It's going to be Cloak. And actually... Even with all of Dagger's curves and everything like that, I don't see a world where you can satisfy her more than Cloak can. Unless if you're like real packed, real experienced, and real good at the game. So it's like, for that reason, I think I actually have to bump her down to A tier. If not even lower. Now, if it was just Dagger alone, easy yes. But for the reasons I just stated, I kind of have to drop her to A, unfortunately. Doctor Strange. He looks cool. I mean, he's kind of an egotistical asshole, man. I'm gonna be honest. We're gonna get our first D tier here. Like, I don't really like Doctor Strange, man. Like, what was that show, WandaVision? I haven't watched any of it, but he's probably like an asshole in that too, man. Like, and you kind of look at his getup, it's like, what is he pulling with that getup, man? I don't think he's really getting anyone. Like, let's be real here. Like, yeah, he's handsome, don't get me wrong, but I feel like that when the personality comes into play, it's just, you're not going to have a good time at all. Like, straight up. Groot. I don't know where to put Groot. Realistically speaking, just by the build of him, it's an S tier. I thought about it a little bit. It's an S tier. Think about it. If you can satisfy the tree enough to make him go, I am Groot, when he fucking climaxes, holy shit, bro. Imagine the amount of emotion you could get out of a person who says only one type of line. Bro, it'd be like a mini game. Also, the texture is completely different. Think about it. How many things are made out of wood and how many things can you make out of that wood? Groot's wood is basically infinite. You could make so many different toys and so many different fun things for your experience with Groot. And for that reason, I'm putting Groot in S tier. And maybe, honestly, I might put him, I'm going to put him above Black Panther. And only above Black Panther. Okay, Widow's a little bit too hot. Hawkeye, for all the reasons I was kind of describing, like Bruce earlier, Hawkeye kind of fits the boat. Like, yeah, he's cool, I guess, but it's like, you know, like, there's not much to say about him. I genuinely don't think there's much to say about him. I'm gonna put him in C tier. I think that's reasonable, and I think it makes sense. Hela, on the other hand, holy thick thigh mommy. You look in the third person on this character, and it's absolutely insane. I would argue her curves are probably some of the best in the game, right behind Squirrel Girl. And for that reason, I'm actually going to put her below Bruce. Because Bruce offers variety. Hela offers needles. That's a little bit scary. But she does have a stun as well if you're into that. But generally, the way her body is, she's just an extremely, extremely curvy, sexy lady. And her legs are better than Black Widow's, in my personal opinion. And she wears heels if you're into the dominatrix type of thing. So I put her in S, and this is me thinking about the people. Me personally, I'm only slightly into that type of thing, but you know, I feel like she could kick it up there, and she should kick it up there. Iron Fist. Ooh. Okay, not to be stereotypical here. I'm Asian too. He's probably not packing, but they say it's like the motion of the ocean that matters. You know what I'm saying? This guy knows like Tai Chi, Winjutsu, Taijutsu, karate, you know. He knows how to get down and dirty with his hands. He can use his hands more effectively than anybody on this list, I would say. And for that reason, I have to put Iron Fist above Captain America. Without a doubt. Without a doubt, he's above Captain America. Okay? Iron Man. Tony Stark. The Stephen Hawking of the Marvel Universe. That sounds extremely strange. Maybe not the, you know, I like the character development behind him, and he's kind of built, but also is just, I mean, we've all seen the making out scene in Iron Man. Like, this guy could go down. Like, he could go for it. You know? And he's rich. Imagine the amount of things you could invest in for this type of stuff with him. You know? The scenery would be absolutely amazing around his crib. Or he could take you anywhere into the world to have a good time. It would be absolutely banging, and for that reason, I'm giving him an A tier. Loki, S. And the reason I'm saying S for Loki is because this guy can create literal clones of himself, okay? If you want to experience more than one thing at once, Loki is your man, okay? Loki is the #1 multiplayer experience if you're into dicks and penises. Yep. There's nothing more to say on that. There really is nothing more to say on that than what I just stated. Luna Snow, S tier. I put her below Loki because she doesn't have as much job, you know. She'd probably have extremely interesting moans and pleasurable sounds in the bedroom to offer because of her insane dynamic and vocal range, because, you know, she's a pop star. It's Luna Snow. She's popular, you know. For that reason, I put her at S. I don't think she has much more to offer than that, but she does, though her curves are not as extreme as the other characters, they are extremely, extremely, extremely solid. So for that reason, it's just got to be S. And she makes people around the world happy. Imagine how many people she'd make happy in bed as well. Magic. I'll give that I'll give it an A tier under Iron. And here's the reasons behind that. The reason I'm giving Magic an A tier is because some people are very into the muscular mommy type of thing. But what people might fail to recognize about Magic specifically is she kind of is a demon. Now, if she was a succubus, she'd easily go an S tier because, you know, that's what she's like made to do. But I don't think she's a succubus, like canonically in lore, you know? I think she's just like a warrior woman, like Joan of Arc or something. Like, yeah, she's plenty hot and all that, but I don't feel like that there's much else there other than her muscles, you know? So for that reason, I'm giving Magic an A tier. Magneto. If you're into beards and if you're into like daddy type of people, I feel like you could give Magneto an S. You know, under that armor, he seems very, 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 very well built. And if you think about it, I don't know what his powers are exactly. You know, actually, let's look up Magneto powers right now. What does Magneto do? Okay, he manipulates magnetism. Now, if you think about this very, very extremely, people say love and sex is like a magnet. They attract to each other. Easily, he could manipulate that shit, manipulate stuff to come together that shouldn't come together. If he could straight up manipulate magnetism, okay? He can make things happen, okay? That's a daddy role, man. He will dominate. He will do his job. He has a nice ass beard. He will take charge in bed and treat you well and make sure that the magnetism is there and that the bond is there and that you're well taken care of. That's my assumption on him. For that reason, Magneto is S tier. Now, Mantis. That's an S. Now, we're an S. I'm going to put her right above Groot. And here's the reason. She's still petite, but she's strong as shit. Like, she can fend for herself. She's more than what might meet the eye. Yeah? And in the game, she can literally put you to sleep. Now imagine, if you're into that type of play, that play is available to you. She could damage boost you for when you want to go harder, like bang, 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 bang. Or she could heal you when you're running low on stamina. She could heal you when you're running low on stamina so you could start going again. And for that reason, Mantis, S tier. Right below Black Widow, though, because I think Black Widow's curves are a little bit more desirable. And that's not to say I hate mutants, but you know, it is what it is. Moon Knight, I don't know crap about you, but I think it'd be funny to hear Moon Knight like climax and then just be like, the moon haunts you. Like, if you think about it like that, getting him to that point, he's above Hawkeye. Namor, S tier. And I'm putting him above Bruce. The reason I put him above the Hulk / Bruce, tentacles. If you're into hentai the way I'm into hentai, Namor absolutely pops the fuck off. He has tentacles. He has tentacles. I don't think that there is anything else you could argue for. If you're not into tentacles, that's cool. You know, everybody's into their own thing. But Namor, holy shit. If you have tentacles in the play, there's a lot more things that you could do. Easy S tier, Namor. Peni, you are going to jail if you try to fuck a child. You are going to jail. There is no in between. Don't be weird. Don't fuck the child. Don't fuck the shark. Don't fuck the raccoon. Stay in your lane. Don't be weird, man. Don't be weird. Please don't be weird. Peni, jail tier. You're going to jail. Okay? Psylocke. I'm going to give Psylocke an A tier. Right above Magic. Even though I main Psylocke and I have her very, very funny skin that shows off her butt. I don't think I can put her any higher than A. And the reason for this is just like, I don't know. I feel like that as a character, when I think of Psylocke, I think of like a shinobi, man. They can't really think about these bedroom activities and stuff. She has like a code to stand to, and she probably just doesn't have time or any interest in it. So for that reason, I just got to give her an A. But aesthetically, she is like one of my favorite characters, and I do love the color purple. It's my favorite color. So that's why I maybe give her a little bit of an edge all the way to A tier. Punisher, I don't know crap about you. You're like a C. I'm gonna be honest. Like I don't think there's anything special there. You're extremely muscular, but you're not like Steve Rogers muscular. You know, you don't have shit to like back you up. You know, like you just play with guns. You play with the turret. You act like Bastion. Every single one of your mains, like, you know, if they main you, they played Call of Duty and they suck, and you know, like you're just weird. You're just weird. There's nothing more to say about it. You're C. You know, there's nothing more to say about it. Scarlet Witch, B tier. B tier above no one, actually, because it's like, yeah, you think about Scarlet Witch, yeah, and you look at her powers, because I don't know them, so let's look at her powers. Like chaos magic and psionic abilities and giving each other nightmares and stuff. Like, if you're into the type of stuff that Scarlet Witch can do, good on you, but to me it's just like scary. I don't want to be mind controlled or anything like that. That's scary, man. I'm good. Yeah, I'm good. Peter Parker, I'm gonna give him a D tier. Why? Because the Peter Parker that we get to play as in the game is like, I'm just your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. And I don't know. To me, he sounds like a kid. Like, he just sounds like a teenager, you know? And, you know, when I say teenager, I mean like probably 18 or so. I don't see him anywhere like past adulthood too much, though. Like, he kind of, his voice is kind of a turnoff. Like, I don't dig it. Starlord, C tier. Actually, no. I'll give him a B tier. And the reason I give Starlord a B tier is because, you know, I feel like that he could totally carry his own in the bed and play his role in bed. Was it? I think he was like lovers with Mantis or something. So it's like if he's able to like be with someone like her, his character is probably pretty decent. His physique is probably relatively average. There ain't nothing wrong with that though. Storm, S tier. Storm is S tier. I don't know where to put her in S tier though. I will put her above Luna. Actually, I will put her above Panther. And here's why. Her curves are insane. Literally, look at her. Bro, those thighs could literally crush you. She can float. She can do things you didn't imagine. If you're into like shock therapy, she can literally shock you if you were to wish for that on yourself, okay? And I think that is absolutely insane, okay? And honestly, the view from the back in game is also crazy. And I'm also into chocolate beauties. And yeah, what can I say? She's a chocolate beauty. She's an S tier. There's not much to argue for or against that. The white hair, I think, is like a standout thing. It's a little bit cool. I don't know how old she is, but honestly, she could be my mom and I'd be okay with it. I'm going to be honest. I would be very okay with it. Thor. Now, unlike your brother Loki, I got to say you're probably in B tier or A tier, the very bottom of A tier. Because it's like, yeah, we kind of just talked about a shock factor, but that's really all we got here. We got a shock factor, but here's the thing. Thor is the type of person who would indulge himself in so much of this pleasure that he would probably, it would get tiring. It would get tiring. Shit wouldn't change. If you remember, Thor gained like 3,500 pounds at some point. Like, how'd you do that? Like, it's crazy. Like, come on, Thor. Like, you could do better. It's just like he would indulge himself a little bit too much, and then he would fall off because of it. And for that reason, I have to give him bottom of A. If he's always in the tip-top peak of his position, though, I feel like, yeah, he'd make middle of A, but we kind of like we average it out, and what you're paying for here is the initial physique and godlike power, which you'll experience, but I don't think you're going to get more than that. Venom, S tier. S tier above Namor. This guy is caked up in game. He has the fattest ass out of any character in game. I'm not gonna lie. When I play Venom, I'm stroking my shit. Okay? Venom is an absolutely insanely caked up character, man. And he has tentacles. That is what's giving him the edge over Namor. His cake. He's so thick. He is running it. Bucky, same tier as Punisher. I put him a little bit. I'll put him above Hawkeye. Because he has like a get over here type of hook, you know? But, you know, that's really all I can see. I mean, he could kind of like slow you and stuff like that, but I don't really see much more than that. I feel like that his more sleeper build is more appealing than the Punisher's like extremely bulky. I'm a war guy. I'm Chris Redfield from Resident Evil. Like, you know, it's like I wouldn't fuck Chris from Resident Evil. And when I think of Chris from Resident Evil, I think of Punisher. And you know, Bucky's chill. Bucky's kind of chill. He's got a more sleeper build, and you know, that's not something I exactly mind. Wolverine, though. I have to give Wolverine the top of B tier here. Or, yeah, the top of B tier. Maybe below Iron Fist, but the reasons I have Wolverine here, if you look at him in game, the guy is a literal brick. Like, that guy is holy shit. But he's more than just, he's a lot more than just Punisher. Like, yes, he's a literal brick tank warlord type of person, but you have to think about that dog in him. You know what I'm saying? That fucking, awoo! Maybe I'm praying on you tonight. That type of fucking, awoo! Straight up furry shit, man. Okay? You have to think about it. He will pounce on you and he will make you his. He will be able to take action, man. And he can hurt you a little bit, you know? He has the claws and that shit if you're into that. And speaking of like that dog, he's A very hairy fellow. A very, 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 very hairy fellow. And some people are into that. So for that reason, I'm giving him the top of B tier. And to conclude, I'm not going to do these 4 because they're not in the game yet. Just by looks, fire, D. You're not going to be able to fuck him if he's constantly on fire. I don't know about the Fantastic Four. You're hot. You're going in S. Probably like right above Luna Snow. Okay. This guy, you have a bowl cut. You're going in D. You're a rock. You are literally a rock. S. Maybe S. And that's for no reason at all. Yeah. That's the tier list, guys. And this is just my opinion, but my opinion is the objective, correct way to look at Marvel Rivals. If you are thinking any other way about any of these other characters, let me know, okay? Be sure to subscribe. I'll get back to streaming on twitch.tv/tat_07 very, very soon. This is just a little fun video for those who need to see it, because I'm tired of seeing all these very, very, very inaccurate tier lists, and we need to make things right in Marvel Rivals. We need to make things right, and this is objective. All right. Peace. Much love. Subscribe, comment, do all that fun jazz, and hit you up later. Peace.